What is up, friends? Welcome back for another episode of Ozark. Extremely excited to get into episode 2 after really enjoying the premiere episode. So many big things happened, a lot of deaths, a lot of surprising moments, and I just love the overall setup and the characters that are involved, and so I'm excited to see where the story goes. I assume, at least for a while, that we're actually going to be taking place in the Ozarks now. I assume that's where they're going to set up their base, and we're just going to go forward from there. But obviously, with both Dell breathing down Marty's neck and the FBI after him as well, it's definitely going to be hard to run a business without causing or running into any sort of problems there. And with your family, at least your two kids not knowing what's going on, I assume that could cause some drama as well, especially with the daughter, since she's older and could probably get a sense for some shady stuff that's happening. But I am really excited to hop into this one, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching along with me for it. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into episode 2.
Family is like a small business. With a small business, at times there comes a bit of a transition.
Oh my gosh, man, it's gonna be hard to convince them of these lines.
So today, while your mom is buying us a new house, you two are to plant yourselves here. That is your job. Everything we have of value is in that room.
You're not going to be honest with us, either of you?
Oh wow, she's already calling him out, my gosh. And I guess they are buying a house. I was thinking they were just gonna stay here, which would certainly be inconspicuous.
Maybe I should get a job.
$7.50 an hour is not really going to put a dent in our problem.
Oh, come on. I have a master's degree.
That you haven't used since Charlotte was born.
Jeez, and I feel like even if she was able to get a good job, you can stay off the radar more if you don't do that.
We could tell them the truth, Wendy. How would that be?
Before you get too comfortable up there on your cross, there was an innocent man who was murdered. Gary, he was a good man.
Not innocent of everything. We know that Gary was getting with Wendy, and now she knows he knows everything.
People cheat. They have sex with people who they aren't married to. I was unhappy. You're not exactly blameless in this.
For this house, I want you to find one as nice as possible, but as cheap as possible.
I like that he just goes straight back to business.
And we are not husband and wife anymore. We're just business partners, and our job's to raise those kids. But you're absolutely right that I share some blame for this. I should have caught Bruce. I was in charge of the numbers.
Oh wow, dude, he is laying the law down right now. I was about to say, though, I like how their relationship is layered. They both have their issues. It's not like Marty's the only one doing shady stuff.
I don't forget how you emptied our bank accounts when you knew I needed that money, Wendy. In fact, the satisfying sound of your lover smacking the pavement is the only thing that gets me to sleep every night.
Whoa, this dude does not mince words right here. My gosh, that was pretty ruthless. Love how long that take was, though. Oh, so there's different symbols each time, I guess. Is that like a hint of what's coming this episode? Hard to predict just based off a couple pictures, though.
Tell me again what it is you're doing.
I help turn around struggling businesses.
You intend to make money off of businesses that aren't making any?
In a roundabout way.
Interesting. So is that accurate? Is that part of what he's doing while he's here? 'Cause that sounds like a lot of work.
You would get to hold on to 100% ownership.
In return for what?
Well, I would control the finances. I would get to recoup 100% of my investment. I'd get to...
I feel like he'd recoup a lot more, especially if he's handling the finances. You know he's hiding lots of stuff. So and this tells me he was telling the truth. That is what he's doing.
If that's a unit right there, I will take that big one for, how about $75 a month?
100.
100.
Gonna spend money to make money. That how that went?
This man's already making deals based off what he's learned. And I guess the symbols do foreshadow a bit, because I remember there being a shed there.
Where are you going? What about our business arrangement?
No arrangement. You rented storage for me. End of story.
Oh, come on now. Your operating costs are fixed, sir.
Oh, so he just got one part of the deal. I'm surprised. It seemed like a good offer. Doesn't exactly seem like business is bumping for him.
Manager wanted me to make sure you still had one of these in your room.
Yeah, we're all set.
Sure. It's chock full of clever-sounding, overly judgmental one-liners.
I don't think this guy's doing his boss's errands. I feel like he might want to just go talk to her.
Dad's a lawyer?
Yeah. We've got a summer home out here, and, well, I'm going to Mizzou in the fall. Dad's not happy about my major, so he's hoping I'll have some come-to-Jesus summer and switch.
He's spilling his whole life story to her right now. I'd be careful what she shares, though, because I'm just worried what the FBI could find.
3 and I are going wakeboarding a little bit if you guys want to come along. Leaving in like 20 minutes.
Dad said to stay here.
What, to guard 3 iPads and a Pandora bracelet? Have at it.
Oh no, man, please don't tell me something bad happens. I don't need more stress. I have a feeling anything could happen.
But I want my 25%, Reba.
Loud and clear.
How much you got?
$100,000.
Can you go more? 150, maybe 200?
Yeah, sure I can. Of course I can.
Okay, hook, line, and sinker. This man seems interested all of a sudden. It's about dang time he finds somebody.
25%.
Sorry?
My cut. We're washing your money. What you doing, ain't it?
I don't think you really...
Hey! Don't you blame me, Mr. Bird.
Wow, this guy is smart. Holy crap. He has read the whole situation perfectly. And I mean, if someone like that is okay with doing it, that seems like the right move to me.
2,500 square feet, 350 feet of lake frontage.
No way I can afford this.
That looks beautiful, man. I love that place. So much better than everything else they've looked at. And the fact it's so close to the water, that'd be a dream house. Gosh, bro, that was a bit of a terrifying camera shot right there. I like it. I don't know if it's significant for any reason. No, don't leave. What are you doing? You grabbed what you thought was important, so gotta give him credit, but there's so much money there.
So wait, you want to remain in the house?
Sam,
Sorry, buddy, I didn't have time to explain that to her.
I've got a bad heart.
Well, that would be a very interesting situation. I don't know if they can live with somebody else with the business they're doing.
I'm selling the place under the condition that I be allowed to live here until I die. Any luck, we could go weeks without seeing each other.
Considering how nice the place is, though, that doesn't sound like the worst situation. And if they can hide it from their kids, they might be able to hide it from him.
She's gonna chuck her period plugs down the crapper.
Period plugs.
I have terminal heart disease, ma'am. I believe in being direct. It's not a problem, is it?
No.
This dude is quite the character. I have a feeling he's not going to be as inconspicuous as he says he is if they move in. And if he's that direct, he could definitely find something out.
Let me ask you something. Your heart, a year?
A year, 18 months.
That makes me think that she is thinking about buying the place, which if it only is for a year that they have to live with him, and then they get the place to themselves for that price, not a bad gig.
What's going on? This isn't your boat, is it? The house? College? Any of it? Hey!
Oh my dude, of course she's gonna get caught by the cops. It's the last thing we need right now.
Wyatt, stop! What are you doing?
Unless he just chucked her off and the cops are gonna keep chasing the boat.
Hi, I'm Jonah.
I'm Tuck.
Let me see the knife.
Isn't it cool? You can have it.
Hey, I like Tuck, man. Already given him a gift. At least he seems to be making a good friend, unlike her, the daughter.
Yeah, and she didn't know that this boat was stolen.
She thought a teenager running a leaf blower at a prom night motel, living in a $5 million home, drove a $90,000 boat.
Who is that actor? I know him from somewhere, 100%. It's on the tip of my tongue. Maybe I'll remember.
I'm thinking that arresting the white trash that almost killed my daughter and extracting the truth is hard time-consuming work. Work which, if given a choice, like us, you'd gladly forego.
I like when Marty just takes over a conversation like this anytime his intelligence is questioned.
Staying in the cheapest possible places, sucking the tit of this department, while criticizing me in the prosecution of my duties, I say go to Branson.
Oh no, man. Hopefully they don't have to deal with this guy too much. He seems to have a big problem with him.
And do the Langmores vote? Do they pay taxes? We do.
And
I put a
we're looking
deposit
for a
down on the
home.
home.
Nice, man. I love that conversation right there. And also that answers the question. They found their place.
You have a picture of Ruth?
She is a B&E magician. Don't put down anything around her that you're fond of.
Oh, shoot, bro. That's the room service girl. Dang it, man. And they left the place. no, dude, that thing was empty. Bro, are you kidding me? They've been here a few days and already screwed up everything. I mean, at least they know who probably took it, but that's a lot of money she probably dipped.
Mom says that girl took something. That she's cousins with those two assholes.
Do I ask that much of you, Charlotte?
Man, so was that just a whole operation? They brought her away from watching the place just so she could go in there?
There you go.
Catfish. Great.
Oh, are we finally connecting with the first scene from the first episode? I remember those coolers. Oh shoot, bro, do you find them? This is a pretty secluded place right here.
That much cash money's ill-gotten. We got as much right to it as he does.
No, you do not. That is my and I'm taking it. Relax. Relax.
Oh, the audacity. He just runs right in there. He is so confident.
Whose money is it, technically?
His name is Omar Navarro. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
He's the guy you need to worry about.
Man, I love this. I think they're gonna give the money back once they learn who they're really dealing with.
Guy runs drug cartels, a smart man. You wouldn't trust damn near $3 million to someone like you.
Well, he trusted me with 8. There's 5 more million under the bed at that motel and a couple of duffel bags.
He's being very upfront with them. I'm impressed. I guess he doesn't think they'll tell since they are kind of also criminals.
He's gonna find someone with your last name and start removing their skin until he locates the rest of you. So you decide once and for all, are you killers?
This is a great scene. Marty, what a boss.
He's aiding and abetting the sale of drugs. Who knows how much pain and misery he's caused.
These fools do not know what they're getting themselves into. They need to wise up. This is so frustrating.
Who's the weak link here? Who's got the big mouth? Who's the weak link with the big mouth and dates the trashy women and drinks too much?
This is great. I love the back and forth right now. He's trying whatever he can to get them rattled.
Unless you're prepared to kill a family member to keep yourself off death row, you're looking at constant, relentless pursuit.
Man, he can handle himself so well in conversation. No wonder Marty has risen to the top.
We're taking 20,000.
It's a mistake.
Prior trouble and dashed expectations. You can tell Mr. Navarro you are a poor steward of his money.
I'll let him know.
Oh man, fantastic scene right there. I don't feel like that's the last time we're gonna see those people. Marty did surprisingly well though, handling that.
Almost got that done, didn't I? Why do I have this feeling we both know that you'd be better off dead?
That is quite the line right there. I mean, for his family's sake, I think everything is screwed at this point. Once you're involved, there's no getting out. So cool seeing this scene now after knowing all the context. Gotta be a lot more careful with his money, that's for sure. Ah, so we're seeing the FBI boys once again. What the heck happened here? I was thinking we wouldn't see them again until maybe they found Marty's family. I couldn't really tell what that was. I don't know if I should have recognized it or not. The music was definitely telling me it was something bad.
The jawbone was Hanson Sr.'s, but I guarantee you if the rest of that ooze could take shape, you'd find Bruce Liddell in there too.
Oh gosh, man, that was the remains of him. Jeez, that is some sketchy stuff. That's impressive they found it.
He jerks his family from Chicago and $8 million from the bank, transporting both to southern Missouri. Why? That money was clean. Taxes were paid.
They're on the right track, that's for sure. I don't feel like it's going to be long before they figure it out. We're only in episode 2 and they're already this far.
I'll seize it, all of it, and then my career will be made. That's how I'm going to do it.
Have you thought about how we're going to do this?
We're not.
Oh, bro, this guy seems like a handful as well. What the heck? Just tossing his partner to the side like that? Doesn't seem like your typical FBI agent. Got some lofty aspirations. Great cut right there. I don't know if he dove in, but maybe that was what looking off the cliff was meaning before. Is he thinking about killing himself?
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's pretty significant because the name of this episode is Blue Cat, right? Maybe he's gonna pay it a visit.
The insurance payout is $1 million.
Marty,
and you live off the credit
won.
card. I didn't win. We have nothing. If I'm dead, we have something. It's simple.
That is his plan. Gosh dang it. No way he does that. Because even if he's dead, I feel like they'll still come for Wendy and the kids.
And when Dell gets his $8 million back, he'll be whole. And if he knows that I'm dead, I don't think that he's got no reason to,
He has no reason to kill us.
I don't think that he will.
Something has got to stop him from doing this because obviously he's not dying in the second episode, even though he had a scare in the first one too.
Bob, have you by chance ever handled any life insurance investigations?
Good old Bob back in the mix. He really is committed to playing this out right now.
Say he's maybe had recent financial problems or demonstrated unusual behavior like quitting his job suddenly. Maybe he had a spouse who'd been unfaithful.
Shoot, it doesn't look like that's the right avenue. I don't think there's any way out of this situation. He seems pretty trapped. Hey, so that Blue Cat conversation was significant. I wonder what he's gonna find there, though, unless he's just going to chill.
Hey, Dad.
Where's your mom?
Oh, man, that could not have been better timing right there. She was about to send that email.
Did you send the email? Good. I wasn't thinking straight.
Man, he has put her through such a roller coaster of emotions. My goodness, every day is life or death for her. So is the Blue Cat Lodge going to be the business he finally turns around?
I invest in people. I look for people that are passionate about what they do, and for some reason, they haven't found success.
This has gotta be the one that works, right? There's no way this place is being successful without a big investment.
And then before you know it, it's Labor Day, and I'm in hock to you and the bank, and you force a sale, recoup your investment with interest.
Oh man, he is dealing with way too many smart people right here that just read right through him. That sucks. I thought for sure that was the one.
I do know that he has a kitty named Henry.
Tuck, you are without a doubt the biggest retard I've ever seen.
Get this guy out of here, man. What the heck was that? Tuck's a good guy. What a fool.
You can't use that word, ever.
You telling me what I can and can't say.
Yeah, I give that lesson to my kids. I get it right away. You got about 20 years on both of them, and you still don't know you can't say that?
Heck yeah, Marty, tell him off. My guy absolutely deserved that schooling.
When you disrespect him, you disrespect this whole place. And you might be able to get away with that kind of crap at the dive bars you're used to going to, but not here.
Oh, bro, I love it. Now he's playing his cards right with her in the room. She's gonna think a lot better of him. If Tuck is her son, then I think her respect will skyrocket.
Now, I want you to apologize to that young man, you miserable sucker.
She's thinking about something, I think, even though he got wailed on right there, which could have seen that coming. I think it still did the trick.
Who is that?
That is Buddy Diker.
Who?
Mr. Diker will be living in the basement for a year.
Mom, what are we doing here?
The situation just keeps getting worse and worse for her in her mind. Charlotte, that is.
Your father's laundering money for a Mexican drug cartel. You're not.
Yo, she just dropped the info like that. What is she thinking? I mean, she's been pushed to the limit, but my gosh, to just tell him like that. I guess there's no need to hide it anymore, though. But also, I saw Jason Bateman directed this episode as well. That's cool. I'm a fan of his directorial style. That'd be cool if that continues throughout the series. I also love that the episode just cuts off right after she drops that. What the heck is gonna happen when Marty gets home and his kids confront him? Because I don't think they're gonna be his biggest fans anymore after hearing that. Especially his son. He seemed to have a great relationship with his son, and hearing that, I don't know how he's gonna take it. And I feel like Marty's just gonna be so upset at Wendy too. But I assume next episode we'll see the effects of his little stunt at the Blue Cat Lodge. I have a feeling it just might have been enough to get in business with her. It's a great show so far off these first two episodes. I'm really really enjoying it. And they've both been near an hour long, but they haven't felt like it. I've been glued to the screen the whole time, so I really like the pacing and everything. It feels like every single scene is important, even if I don't know it at the time. Well, this has been a fantastic start to the series. I can't wait to see where the story goes, because it's been moving, I feel like, pretty fast so far from plot point to plot point, and with all the character developments and whatnot. And so I feel like we're going to be covering a lot over the course of this season and the upcoming seasons, and I really like all the portrayals of everything. I feel like everyone's doing a great job with their acting. Obviously, I've singled out Jason Bateman's great acting a couple times, but I feel like everyone else is doing a great job. I just am not really familiar with that many other actors or actresses in the show, but I kind of like that, because sometimes that helps me get a little bit more immersed in the characters when I can't associate them with anything else. But speaking of actors, I did finally remember where I recognize that sheriff from. It is from The Accountant, if any of you have seen that, which is a phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it, but it's interesting seeing him in a different role, because I think that's the only other thing I've seen him in up to this point. But I assume he's probably going to be a recurring character popping up, since they are spending a lot of time in the Ozarks, living here for the time being. And I'm curious how their living situation is going to work out with Buddy. It seems like he isn't going to be too much of a problem, but if he finds out exactly what their business is, he could potentially cause issues for him. But the fact that he's so near death, that might not be top of his priority list, is taking down a family like that. So it could be a good situation for him, but I'm excited to see what happens in the next couple of episodes here. I really like where the story's headed, and we didn't see Del at all this episode after he was featured so prominently in the first one, so maybe he's only going to pop up every so often. But if he ever does show his face again, I'm definitely going to be terrified after the way they set up his character in the first episode. But I also really like the take on the FBI agents in this show so far. It's only been 2 episodes and they haven't been in a lot of scenes, but it seems like it's not your typical cop or FBI situation where they're kind of more of a clear-cut good guy, not super layered, whereas whoever this guy is in charge of the case seems to have a bit of an interesting mindset, very self-centered, only interested in his own gain, even to the detriment of his partner there in that one scene. And so he could definitely be a problem for Marty in the future. But I'm hoping after that first incident there, we don't have another losing the money scare for a couple of episodes, because that was stressful enough. But I've enjoyed seeing how Marty handles himself with all these different situations, all these different people, because I definitely can trust him going forward, that he can handle business and get things done when he needs to. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching along with me for this episode, and I look forward to seeing you all for the next couple next week. And until then, peace.